How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
You look very hyper for someone who just landed here on a Saturday.
It's the part of the job. Just hand me Red Bull after Red Bull.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something really random because I read a really good article about you a few weeks ago. Something about you going back to your hometown to participate in a campaign that fights against bullying. And back in your school, your high school.
I think you did not read a good article.
Really? It's something about you performing at...
I did a benefit concert, but it was for cancer research, not bullying.
Right, my bad. Yeah, cancer research.
And it wasn't my high school.
It was not? It was not in your hometown?
It was my sister's high school, and it
wasn't.
wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, this is a very bad writer then. Goodness me. Okay, well, what was that like, doing something for, using your fame for something good? We always love it when celebrities do that.
Well, I did the event last year, too, and this time I came and did it for my sister again in her school, and you know, I mean, why not? And I had a fun time doing it, and we raised a lot of money. We raised close to $30,000, and we just had a really good time. And it's sometimes the little things that really count.
That's true. Okay, well, back to the real reason we're here, your music. Okay, have you had time to actually sit down and write some things that, you know, I mean, you've been really, really busy, but have you managed to write some new material?
I can tell you this. Half of my second record's already done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But you're not going to get a lot out of me on that.
No!
Greyson, do you feel like you've maybe grown up like very suddenly because of everything that's happened in the last few years?
Definitely not, I don't think. I think I've grown up naturally, and I think people don't realize that I'm still a kid, and I still joke around with my team and have fun with my band. Like, I'm still a normal kid.
Yeah. And a lot of your lyrics are very, I would say, more interesting or more mature, more interesting compared to the usual pop songs that are all about girls and about love and all that. Was that a conscious thing? Like, did you?
That was a thing that I made real music, and I think it's important to me because I think so many people, when they look at young artists, they're like, oh, he needs to talk about this, and he needs to talk about that, like, and well, he shouldn't be talking about heartbreak and love. And I'm like, were you ever a teenager? Like, what? Do you remember what goes on when you're a teenager? So I wrote from my heart, and at the time of my first record, I was going through a nasty. I dated this girl for a long time, and I was going through a breakup with her, and so I wrote a lot of songs due from heartbreak.
Yeah, but a lot of your songs are also not about heartbreak, and that makes it very interesting and very different from all the other songs out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, was that a deliberate decision as
Definitely
well?
not. It was, I write from my heart, and you know, I don't really, I mean, I have really playful songs and I have really serious songs. Like, I wrote a song back in London called He's a Jerk, which is a fun, playful song, but it was from my heart and it was from true meaning.
Since you're switching to Malaysia from Malaysia,
Yes.
what's the main thing that's brought you back here?
Well, the main thing is, I'm sure as you guys know, I'm starting off my Hold On Till the Night Asian tour in Malaysia, and I'm super excited. I'm kicking it off tomorrow at KLI, and I can't wait to perform, and I'm really excited to show my fans this show because it's much different from my last show that I performed here.
So do you have anything special planned for tomorrow, or anything special for your fans?
Well, I have a, you know, I think the fans expect me to see me in an acoustic setup like I did last time, which is so not what's going on, so what is not going on. I have my full band here, I have my full production, I have animation that I've been designing for the whole thing, and it's going to be a full-blown, my full-blown show. And I'm super excited about it, and I'll be performing 2 cover songs tomorrow, which will be a little surprise to the fans.
No hints at all?
Absolutely not. Come see the show.
Okay, you said that you're not going to do an acoustic set. Does that mean you're going to do some dancing?
Oh, I don't dance.
Come on!
Wait, have you seen a music video of mine? Have you ever seen me dancing? I do not dance.
It's the first time for everything.
No, my show is constructed, I move around stage. I'll still be playing the piano a lot, but I move around my stage. I interact with my crowd, but I don't do choreography.
On your new album coming out, is that it?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, it's about halfway through.
Okay, so is there any artists that you would like to collaborate with on this album?
There's a couple that I've already collaborated with, but of course I'm not going to give details of it. But I can give one little hint. I've posted it on my Twitter. I've been collaborating a lot with Ariana Grande, who I'm really good friends with, and she is the best voice I've ever heard from anybody, and we've had a lot of fun writing a lot of good stuff together.
Is there anyone that you would love?
Probably Taylor Swift. I'm a huge fan of Taylor Swift and everything that she does, and that would be a dream collaboration.
Do you have a chance to meet her?
I've never met her actually. Isn't that crazy? I've met everybody else on the planet except for Taylor Swift.
How do you feel about girls screaming and for you and at you?
I mean, obviously it's a great feeling, and it's kind of a, it's because we've been working so hard to get there, me and my team. So it's kind of great when we have those big crazy signings where we're like, we did it guys, we made a good record. And obviously it's amazing, and we've really fought to get her and to get to this place.
So have you watched Hunger Games yet, and which character would you like to play if you got a chance?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm in the middle of reading the book. I'm like, every time I read it now I'm sweating, and like, cause Katniss is like being burnt, and like I'm at the part where she gets stung by wasp and all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, go Katniss, go! So I'm freaking out. I would say, just because he's the hunky guy in the story, I would say I'm Gale. No, I'd say I'm more like Peeta.
Just to get an idea of your inspiration, what do you listen to when you're performing your kind of music?
I listen to everything, to be honest with you. I'm on a big Nas phase right now, actually. Isn't that interesting? I'm listening to a lot of old rap music like B.I.G. and Tupac and Nas and kind of older stuff. But also I listen to a lot of singer-songwriter. I listen to electronic music. I listen to pop music a lot of. I really listen to all different types of music because I feel like as an artist I should be educated in these different types of music. But mainly I would say singer-songwriter.
Do you have any ritual you do before you go on stage, like a prayer or anything?
Yeah, I do these really weird breathing exercises, which I'm not going to show you. And I drink a lot of tea, and I do a lot of vocal warm-ups.
How much say do you have in like your outfits, in your style, and your fashion?
Too much. Too much. I make a lot of people mad when we do fittings. No, I mean, anything that you see me in or anything creatively that I do, I have a huge input into it. And I have a team with me, and we work and we try on clothes and we do this and that. Like, for example, you'll see tomorrow, of course I'm not going to give anything away, but the outfit that I'm wearing on stage is what we designed for Malaysia and the vision that I have for this show. And it's a really cool jacket, and so we made this jacket, and I'm really excited about it.
Now, speaking about your crazy fans, all right, I'm saying crazy in a good sense. Okay, everybody loves you. When you go on Twitter, sometimes you see the worldwide trends, and it's Graysonators, or Greyson Chance is awesome, or we love Greyson Chance. How does that make you feel? It's trending worldwide.
It's so crazy. I always smile when I see that, because I remember in the beginning we worked so hard to get those trends, and it never happened. And then when we get on now, it happens all the time, and it's really heartwarming to know that they're doing that when I haven't even asked them, or because sometimes I ask for a trend or more something that's more meaningful, but then they just do it out of the kindness of their hearts. It means a lot to me.
You log on and read them?
I sometimes do. I mean, whenever I can.
Okay, sweet.
Random question, what's your favorite school subject?
Math.
And your least favorite?
English. I write songs, but I can't write an essay to save my life.
You open a lot of doors for young singers coming up in the music industry, right? What would you advise to young ones who want to get into music industry? I know one platform, YouTube is a good platform, but how would you advise?
I would say just to naturally let it happen. Don't force anything. I would say too, just advice if you happen to get into that one cake that only lets one person in a year, basically, to just really keep your head up. It is such a tough business, and there are so many times that you just want to droop your head down and just cry your eyes out, but you can't. And I think what's really important is just, especially for young artists, I can't tell you how many times I get, why do you write about heartbreak when you're only 14? And I'm like, do you not get it? And so it's just really not to let anything hit your inspiration, because that is such a valuable and such a key point, and you cannot lose that, because if you lose that, ounce of inspiration that you have, there goes everything, you know, it's like, you're done. And I think what's also important too is to just stay young and don't, if you don't like what you're doing, don't do it. It's that simple. It's like if you have a bad job, like if you guys hated listening to me and hated writing down what I said, and you guys would leave the job, right? Because you do not like it, and I feel like something.
Really, no. If it pays the bills, no.
Well, I totally disagree. I'd rather be poor and unhappy than rich. No, I'd rather be poor and happy than rich. Do what you love. I do understand the bill thing, though. I do understand that.
Speaking of the feedback, you do get negative feedback as well.
Of course.
How do you keep yourself centered when you get negative feedback? How do you keep your eye on the goal, keep yourself positive and up, and not let it get you down?
I think when I read the negative reviews, I always kind of laugh because at the end of the day, they're kind of helping me, even though they hate my record or they hate my sound. They're putting my thing in their magazine. They're putting this in there, so it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen for every artist and for every CD. So you go with it, and you don't look at them, and you don't read them.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We have room for last 2 questions.
Coming back to the YouTube process, you're one of the artists that made it through a post on YouTube. So if you were to advise, how do we make a good YouTube post that you can get millions of hits and become an artist? Just like
don't try it. No, wait. If you want to post something on YouTube, then try it, but don't force it. You can't sit at home and go, all right, what am I going to do to really make it catch? You ask Justin Bieber, if you ask Cody Simpson, or even if you ask Colby Calais, they didn't plan on this to happen, and I didn't plan on it to happen either. It's just something. I strongly believe that you have a path when you're in this life, and whether you go that way or not. And that's also back to what advice to young musicians is, to whether you're playing the piano or the guitar and singing for 5 people or 5,000, you're still doing what you love, and I think that's a really important aspect of it too.
Being young and all this, how do you feel the comparison with all the young artists, the few that you just mentioned? Is it annoy you, or how do you take it?
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not really affected by them. I'm really close to Cody Simpson, and I met Justin a couple times, and we're all doing our own thing, and of course you're gonna get compared. We're all kind of around the same age, but there's not really that competition or anything. We're just doing our own thing, having fun doing it.
All right, thank you very much.